Welcome back to another episode of On the Go, the Cold Slice podcast. Today we're actually at Ridgefield Craft Brewing, nestled basically right in the heart of Ridgefield. This place has been around for 4 years. I think they opened up in June or July of 2020. I pull my notes back up just to be absolutely sure. But yeah, so July 2020. Steve and Ari are the owners. Steve has actually been brewing his entire life, from what we've been told. From the womb. Steve came out brewing from the womb. That's... Can we go there?
We'll cut that.
Yeah, cut that. So this place is nestled basically right in the heart of Ridgefield. I may not want to say this, but I am here probably once a week. I mean, this place has everything you'd ever want. I mean, Ridgefield as of late is becoming a real up and coming sort of town. Like, I think there's talks that McMinimans is going to go in at some point at a church over there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you've got a bunch of new like restaurants and stuff popping up all over the place. We're going to have an episode on the food cart pods over there. I think there's like 4 or 5. Like,
you know, we love the food carts.
And we do love the food carts. So they got a ton of places in Ridgefield just to go. I mean, I know Playmakers just opened up down the road. Beverage. So this place is amazing. And they are, I think, honestly, they hit the exact right spot, the exact right time, because this market is growing. And honestly, like, every time I walk in here, everyone is super nice. We just talked to Jake. I don't think we're going to get him on camera too much, but yeah, Jake is a great bartender. He pretty much gave us the entire lowdown and, you know, allowed us to...
He helped set up this really fun little, deal for us too.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So let's jump right into it. Basically, let's just go over the flight here that we have real quick. So right here, we have a wheat beer, and it's called the Ode to Baldwin. Apparently, there's some sort of familial story behind that or something like that, but we're not 100% sure. We didn't want to just, put words in someone's mouth. So next up, we have a hazy IPA. It's called the Norse Code IPA. It's their most popular beer, and it contains Kvik, I think is what I said earlier. Kvik, something like that.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, or Kvik. That's what it's called. It's a Norwegian yeast. So obviously, Norse Code, we're kind of playing upon the Vikings, who are Norwegian by and large. So,
gotcha.
So that is their most popular. That's the hazy IPA Norse Code. And then we have the Espresso Stout. This one's called Starry Night, and it's spelled Stari. It's named that because of Steve and Ari, the owners of Ridgefield Craft Brewing. And on the very end here, we have Old Prospector, which is a golden ale. It's the newest beer that they came out with. But from what we've heard, actually, you're drinking it right now.
I am, and it's super good.
Yeah? Tell us about that.
I mean, it's basically exactly what Jack was saying. It's like, it's smooth.
Jake.
Sorry, my bad. He's like, it's super smooth, and it is.
It is.
Super
it is.
It's not like super high in alcohol content, so you could actually have a few of them.
Yeah, you can have more than 2.
more than 1 or 2, and then be like,
yeah,
I need a car ride home.
It's well documented, but I do love a place that includes a lager or a golden ale or something like that, so you can have 15 beers with your buddies.
Yeah,
and like you spend more than 30 minutes at a place. Yep. So
yeah, no, it's good.
I love this place, man. Already, like, I really do. I've been coming here since they opened, I think, or 2021 anyway. But yeah, so if you guys want to, actually, let me get into it a little bit more. So when you come to Ridgefield Craft Brewing, we're going to show you what it looks like. Probably right over here, what the interior of the place looks like, and then we'll do the exterior over here somewhere. So basically, when you come into Ridgefield Craft Brewing, you walk up. It's a pretty unassuming looking place, and then you walk in. And it opens up, and they've got all these board games. They have a very cool-looking bar that you're probably going to be seeing right about now. On top of that, you can actually order food from El Rancho Viejo, which is right next door that way. And then you can order food from a place called The Nest, which is a barbecue food truck, which is right down the road that way. So, like I said, we'll do an episode on the food carts
I
themselves.
was gonna say their menu is extensive too. They got a
is.
lot of different options on there. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I keep showing up on like Sundays and stuff, which fair enough. He takes a day off, but I want that Big Kahuna burger so bad, dude, from the Nest. Like El Rancho Viejo has 2 locations, La Center, and 3 locations maybe. Camas, anyone?
That sounds right.
Yeah, they've got a couple locations. So Ridgefield, La Center, maybe Camas, and their food's all good too. But the Nest is really what I really want to try for sure. But
Yeah,
tell
it's
them
really
what you
cool.
got.
Yeah, we went with the street tacos because I feel like it's light, easy, but you also I feel like can tell a lot about a place from their ability to make a good taco. So we got the street tacos. We did the carne asada, and I'm stoked to try those.
Yeah, came with 2 limes and a whole bag of chips, and
Yep.
better than Five Guys for sure. I mean, I think you paid like what, maybe
It's very good.
$10
price
or
for it.
something,
Yeah.
less than
I
that.
think it's like $7, but if you want the carne, it's a little bit more.
Right.
Yeah, but still, the
But
poorest
not
can afford
bad.
it.
Yes, absolutely.
So, just one last thing before we kind of all jump into this. We also wanted to showcase my favorite beer, which is the straight up lager. It's actually what I'm drinking right now. They all come in these little kind of mason jar-esque pint glasses. But you can pick up a 4-pack, which I will definitely be doing before I leave here. You can pick a 4-pack up from them. Blake is also drinking a straight up lager. Anthony's over here drinking a
Old
Old
Prospector.
Prospector.
Yeah, it's their newest brew, I guess. So
yeah. So if you guys wanna try this wheat ale out,
this one here.
yes, and that is the wheat ale, the Ode to Baldwin. Bless you.
I was worried if I
You're fired.
stayed seated for that sneeze, I was gonna fucking move the camera off the thing. Just shake.
Wow, that's good.
So I actually can't have this beer. I think it messes with my allergies a little bit, so I'm gonna make these guys try it.
Yeah, Dylan's kind of a walking
Yeah,
science
I love
project
that.
right now, figuring out what he can and can't have. So we're narrowing down the list, which is good.
Yeah, we're getting there, dude.
Yeah.
You loved it though?
Yeah, I like that. It's like in between.
It's pretty light.
Oh, it's a wheat profile, so it's like in between a lager and IPA, which is a nice balance for me.
That's perfect. I dream about that. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. So next up, like I said, we have the Norse Code IPA. And again, it's Kjevek, which is a Norwegian yeast, and
That's
that's
the hazy one.
yeah, hazy IPA.
I like that a lot. I'm normally not an IPA guy, but I would enjoy drinking the full one of that.
Yeah, I get down with some IPAs, and I think I said it wrong. It's Kjevek.
Dude, you
Nor-
lost me. I don't
You
know.
have a way of saying.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna let you have it, and then we can get corrected later.
I think it's Kjevek. It's just a Norwegian yeast that they brew it with. So very cool. What do we think?
It's got an interesting taste to it. It's very good, but it's got like, when I hear IPA, I was expecting it to be like more bitter immediately, which I think that's kind of what's nice about hazies is they can be a little bit more mellow.
It's
And I'm
almost
normally
close
not a hazy fan. I went through a huge phase where I was a huge hazy fan, and I think that like burned me out of it. So it was like hard to drink one. I'm like, it's just a long process. But this one's not actually a lot easier to drink.
It's almost closer to the wheat,
Okay.
but it's like
Yeah.
one step up here.
Well, it's got a good taste.
I'll give this one a shot.
Oh, I forgot you were doing that. I was gonna down that whole thing.
I know. I was like waiting for you to pass it
Like,
over.
and so then, and I just keep storytelling.
We're gambling
on
with
to it.
whether Dylan's lip is going to swell.
I'm a gambling man. That's really good. That's like, I don't use this word often because I don't really know what it means, but that's aromatic for sure.
Pretty quaffable.
It's quaffable.
Nice.
Next up, we have the Espresso Stout, and that one again is named the Starry Night after Steve and Ari, the owners.
I think Blake will like this one. I'm normally not a huge
Oh yeah, that's
nice.
nice.
guy,
Yeah.
but
You can definitely taste the espresso on that, and it's pretty much the morning right now, so I could use some little jolt.
it's like when Blake first found out about espresso martinis. It
Yeah.
ruined him for a month.
I'm just shaking over here.
Jitterbug.
Oh,
Never
God.
tired.
Jitterbug.
Oh yeah, that definitely
wake
it
me
smells like espresso. That's crazy.
Oh, you go.
Give that a
That's
shot.
good. It's really good.
Will you turn your? Can I see if you have your dark green light on?
It is.
Yeah. Okay.
I like espressos in this particular size, like in the flight, because it's
Dude.
They're generally heavy, but that's such a nice flavor.
I was gonna say Blake is a flight guy.
He
I
is.
feel like
He
you
does
usually
love
go
love
out and
variety.
you order the flight like almost everywhere
I'm
we go.
so indecisive that I want every option, and it's like having one beer, and I'm all about keeping it light.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know a whole lot about espresso stouts, but this is a morning beer if I've ever had one, for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
That's an 8:30 cracker.
That'll cure your hangover.
yeah, absolutely, dude. That's really good. Like, I didn't ask, but I wonder where they get the espresso from. You know, they just make it at home.
I don't even know how that process works.
Me neither.
At all.
But it's really good. Like,
I would like to at some point do like a more in-depth. I think it would be fun just for like general knowledge. 'Cause remember when we tried our hand at homebrewing? It was
yeah, it didn't go well.
I tried to speed the process up, which is like never a good idea. And I'm no chemist, so
We made a campfire beer.
we literally named it the campfire beer, and it was the most. There's probably bottles of it still hanging around somewhere.
I actually have them
Some
at my
trash
house
bin
still.
somewhere, yeah.
We should pull those out.
It started smoking because I barely creaked or like turned the heat up just a little bit, looked away for 1 second, and I'm like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah, dude, you put a flamethrower to the wort.
Yeah,
Like-
it was ruined, and we knew it, but then we still like rode the process out. So we're like, it's our first beer. We're gonna make our.
We
own
gotta
brewery.
do it.
One of our get rich schemes, and it ended up being probably one of the worst tasting beers I've ever tried in my life. It was a smoky IPA.
That's not true. You've had a Coors Banquet.
I love Coors Banquet, but I'm a little freaky like that.
Ours was not terrible. It like you got a little aftertaste going.
It just, yeah, I don't know, man. It was the smoke. I was like, I feel like there's a cigarette somewhere in here.
Yeah, that's kind of what I liked about it.
I remember when you guys were trying to pawn that off on people for wedding gifts.
Yeah, dude, we tried to set it up. We're like, dude, we'll totally bring this.
Ever.
Yeah,
I'll bring beer for your wedding. They're like, you've never brewed before.
I think
we
that's-
got a real smoky one coming.
that's why that guy doesn't hang out with us anymore.
Probably.
A real steamer.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Old Prospector, which is that golden ale that I was talking about. Anthony's been drinking it. Blake's about to.
It's really good.
That's nice too. I like that.
Be more descriptive.
I'm trying to be more descriptive. I don't drink a lot of these, so
Yeah.
it's nice. It's kind of like, it was nice to start in that order because it went from like lightest to most poppy.
Yeah.
I think Anthony should talk about it.
I don't have a whole lot to mention. I'm not good with
Yeah.
descriptor words.
I don't think
for,
Reddit's gonna like that.
for beer either. I'm just like I know I like this one. Or
Give me
I know
2 words
I
right
take
now.
a strong stance immediately. Like that's it. Like I either know I like it or I don't.
Like, don't like.
Yeah. Don't you like?
It's earthy.
Yeah.
It's good.
This is ale wheat traditionally? Do we know anything?
So this is what I was talking. No, we don't know shit. But this is what I was talking about. I think it'd be really cool to interview like one of the head brewers or anybody that's along that process at some point.
Steve. We need
because it would be fun to get an idea from somebody who actually knows what they're talking about.
Yeah.
What went into brewing these beers? You know, like how did you go about making that espresso one? Like how do you do that?
I actually, funny enough, you actually know this person too, but there's a person out there that I knew back in the day when I was living in Portland, and she is actually like one of the head brewers for a brewery over there, and so she does this thing where it's like women in brewing. I was like, that would be kind of a cool concept.
This month would be a good month for it too.
Anyway, so what do you got going on over there?
The carne asada tacos.
Did we already
Try
talk?
those.
Probably give it a little taste test.
Yeah,
maybe?
give it a little tasty.
I'm gonna squirt a lime on
I was
it.
gonna say, are you a lime person? Yeah. I'm gonna hand you this.
If the other mic didn't catch that, I'm gonna repeat that I'm a squirter, and Anthony is squirting the lime on there.
Now we might magically lose audio on that last bit. Look, we're podcasters and stand up. So what are we gonna do?
I'm gonna try that too.
Mm-hmm.
You guys want me? I'll hold your mic. I'll give you both a mic.
Thank you.
Too much silence, right?
It's perfect. Now I want one of you to feed me a piece of that beef.
Yeah.
Thanks, Daddy.
Yeah, you got it, man. Actually, it's super good.
That's a nice It's nice because carne asada is cooked so well that it doesn't need any sort of sauce. Like normally I love drenching meat in some sort of goo, but this is a nice barbecue profile.
Yeah, that's good. El Rancho Viejo makes some good shit, dude. Their fajitas are amazing. If you guys ever had those,
they're good all around. Like everything on their menu that I've had has always been a hitter. Touch it. I'm just jamming it in my mouth.
You don't get the mic anymore, dude.
I was gonna say, for some reason, I don't know if it's just today, but the tortilla is awesome.
Oh,
Obviously, like the carne asada is great.
I bet.
You gotta have a good
Is
tortilla.
this corn or flour?
That looks like flour. I don't know.
It's corn.
Corn.
It's corn.
A lot of time corn can be pretty like grainy, but this is really smooth.
Oh, see, I couldn't even tell. That's how smooth it is.
Descriptor words. That's perfect.
If you just put cilantro in my beer,
Gonna be a little soapy now.
you're fired. I've heard from, I actually know a guy who works at a gas station in La Center, and this is his favorite El Rancho Viejo spot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like, I'm not saying they're any different anywhere else, but I guess the owners spend more time here because I think they live in the area. Which brings me to my next fun fact. Check this out. Jake, our bartender, has a beer named after him, and it was, hold on. Yeah, Blueberry Stash. I have it right up here. Okay. Yeah. It's called the Blueberry Stash. It's a blonde ale named after Jake, the bartender. He does have a 6 stash.
He does have a 6 stash.
It's better than all of ours,
Not hard to do for me, but
Well, me neither,
it's
dude.
definitely better than ours, yes.
I have to do like the Pierre, like,
The gap in the middle.
yeah.
I have that too.
I know.
I know your pain.
I literally, like, I take a thing and I trim off the top of it, It's working, I guess, but
Is it?
That one comes out in the spring.
I guess we're all stand-ups now. That's funny.
Asking you.
So here we are. So anyway, Norse Code Hazy is a staff favorite, as well as Straight Up Lager, the Blueberry Stash, named after Jake, the bartender. Ridgefield Craft Brewing, I think, is a fairly unique sort of place. They have open mic nights with music. You've played here.
Yeah, I've been part of the open mic, and I've also been part of just like being hired here, which is amazing. So thank you to Steve for hiring me. It was probably a couple years ago I played here.
Okay.
But my friends Richie and Chris, they play here very often.
Yeah, I actually saw them on Thursday night.
Yeah, you did here.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, Dylan also just watched us play at the White Eagle with Richie, Chris, and I, and then we came over here.
Yeah. They also do Wing Wednesday. That's a new one, actually.
Yes.
They hadn't previously done that, but they do trivia on Tuesdays, open mic nights, Wing Wednesday. I mean,
Their calendar is up and it's in there for everybody to see, and it's definitely booked out with different like activities going on
every day. Yeah,
and it's pretty cool. They got I was walking in there actually to double check what beer I got before we started this, and I noticed when I walked in that they had a big bowl full of dog treats too. So it's like
dog friendly for sure
as well, which is nice.
Yeah, we're actually at the very end of this. We are going to just stand up and give you a little panoramic sort of walkthrough, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe
we're in the outdoor area, and they have a plethora of heating,
which is
options.
Always a bonus. Yeah,
They got
because the tent's not going to cut it for heat when
Hey, Jake?
when you're out here like this.
When do you guys do ping pong? Okay. Okay, sure. Yeah, that was Jake. Everyone.
Yeah, so they have like tables with the propane fires on them, and then you can't see it. Right behind the camera is one of those towers with heat, which is keeping us nice and toasty.
Yeah, it's working well because it was cold when we first walked in. It is a very cold day, and as you can't hear, it's windy.
The tarps are losing their minds, but
I had a very rough morning. I was really shaky. I got too caffeined up, and as soon as I put that carne asada in my mouth and got some beer in me and was next to the fire, I'm feeling like at least 60% better.
Yeah, and we've got more podcasts to go.
Yeah.
So it's a cool place to hang out. If you want to be outside but not in the rain, like it's Washington, you're gonna get rained on if you want to have an outside beer. So
Yep. definitely.
March 16th.
Oh, okay.
Saturday.
Perfect. Is it like every other?
Something like that. It's brand new, so we'll have
Okay.
a cadence.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, you heard the man. So they also have ping pong here that they set up on occasion Saturdays, but really the best way to find that out is I actually have found their Instagram is really the best way to figure out the stuff. But if you're going to drop by anyway, check out the calendar on the back. Like, this place really sets you up for success, you know?
Yeah.
Especially if you live in the Ridgefield area.
I was going to say, I already thought about it. Like, our buddy is going to lose his mind when he finds out that there's ping pong.
I know. It's a godsend to even get him out this far, but like, if we get him here, dude,
He will be here every time.
yeah, 100%.
You can see it in the panoramic shots that we've been showing on the screen. But the cool thing is about the art that they put up on the wall is actually done by one of their family members or family friends or someone local. And it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's very well decorated.
Yes. Speaking of local, Steve actually brews about 3 miles from here. So it really doesn't get any more local than that. Like, I mean, we're talking about the heart of Ridgefield. 3 miles away, your beer is being made. Like, you could come in here at some point.
Cool.
It's pretty cool.
Ridgefield Craft Brewing. It's not import.
It's
Yeah.
cool too about the art too. When I was walking around, I noticed it looks like, I mean, most all of that art is for sale too. So, you know, if anybody's like in the market to buy some art and also wants to buy some beer, it's a
Dude.
good spot to come by.
There's like a muskie or a salmon or something like that right next to the bathroom. Like, basically every time I go in there and I've got a couple of beers in me, I'm like, I have $40. I could buy this right now. Like,
No, they got some cool ones. I took a walk around.
yeah, it's definitely pretty cool. Are we?
The bathroom is super clean. I had a good experience in there.
Blake was very hungover this morning, and he had a good experience in the bathroom. So, yeah, they got a bunch of games you can play, and actually, sometimes I'll bring friends here, and they have that game with the ring that you can get onto the thing.
Oh, you love that game.
I love
Say
it,
that's
dude.
at Brick House too.
Yes,
right?
but this is
Narnia heart.
yeah, I am. Yeah. But this one is like a tabletop one, and then
nice.
you have pegs that you move like back and forth through the
I know what
thing.
you're talking about.
Yeah. So if somebody gets to the other side, anyway, they have that game. It's fucking awesome. This is one of my favorite places to be in the entire world. So anyway,
I think it's really cool what they do with the food too. Like, so we went with El Rancho Viejo. But
yeah,
Bring it to it.
Yeah, they bring it over. So it's not like food carts that are set up. We're talking, these are actual, like, you know, brick and mortar established restaurants that are running the food over to you. Because
It's a nice partnership.
yeah,
mm-hmm.
and they have quite a few. So we'll give you an idea of the menus for some of those spots too.
Yeah, definitely. So this has been the Cold Slice Podcast. This is our on the go episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe. But more than that, please check out Ridgefield Craft Brewing. They're located in Ridgefield, downtown Ridgefield proper. I mean, they have all the food you could ever eat. You know, they've got food carts that way, El Rancho Viejo right here, and the best beer, I don't know, in Ridgefield for
It's really good.
it's
I was very not surprised, I should say, but very happy with the flight. I feel like I tried, and I don't know if it's like smaller glasses or the fact that I've already had a beer, but everyone I tasted, I was like, this is getting
amazing,
better and better. And I normally don't like this, like a stout, really very much at all.
dude.
So
That's the one I was going to talk about.
impressive. It's cool. Yeah.
It's definitely the best. Not the best, but it is definitely out of these right now. That one is like my pick. Like, I will have another one of those.
Yeah, that was, especially since it's cold out, it's kind of like a good tasting beer, you know?
Totally.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was a Cold Slice Podcast. Please check out Ridgefield Craft Brewing. Thanks for watching. Let's get you guys a panoramic shot of the outdoor area. And Blake sneezing again.
Yeah!